Hello, beautiful souls. So, today we're going to talk about understanding our nature, because to free our minds, we need to be able to use our body, our natural elements, to free from anything that is making us feel stressed, depressed, having a breakdown, a crisis. Whatever we're going through, we're going to need to use always our nature. This is what we have, so we need to understand what it is about to use it. Normally, when people go to psychotherapy, they believe it's a mental process that can relate a little bit to your emotions, or a lot, but normally it's too much done in the head. So what we have to do for real is bring everything that we have in our nature, in a natural body, because this is what we have it for, to alchemize, to transform, to transmutate all the energy that is not making us feel well, and purify it. We need to cleanse and purify our bodies. So we always have to go through this process to feel better. As I told you in the previous video, your vitality is the most important thing that you have to improve your state of mind and your emotional state, and it probably is a little bit about 50% of your well-being. So imagine how important knowing how to use your energy and your nature is for you. So we are made of 5 elements, as you know, 4: the earth, the air, the water, the fire, and the ether, which is your soul. So when we talk about the earth, we need to understand that we're talking about grounding, about using the space, the places that we're at, where are we living, what are we doing with our lives, and how do we spend our time here. This is what we call the 3D experience, the matrix. So we usually have to review our weekly schedule. This is going to help us a lot to know where am I putting my energy, how am I spending my time, why am I not having time to do or put my energy in something that is important to me. So we have to look at it, check it up deeply, and consider which are the places that we're going to be working with. Grounding, using the ground, using the earth, is to know how to produce, to make, to create. So what you do with earth is that you bring into the matter, into your body, or into the life you create outside of yourself or inside of yourself. You are a creator. So let's see what you are creating with your earth, with the matter that you have to use for. So this is another aspect that we have to check. What are you doing? What are you creating in your mind, in your spirit, that is your heart, and with your hands, with your possibilities of creating? If you are having anxiety, for example, we usually recommend grounding. You might have seen this in other places. That is a recommendation of many therapists, okay? It is called grounding, and it's so simple. It has to do with taking off your shoes and putting your feet down to earth. Why do we use this for? Because earth is going to help you connect to your roots by bringing all the energy that you're putting in your mind, your stress or your thoughts. You're investing too much energy here in your head. You're going to feel it. It's like a cloud, it's like a fog, and you have 2 or 3 thoughts that are all day here, stressing you, or making you feel bad. So when you ground, what you do is you bring all that energy down to your body and back to the ground. You use the routine of yourself to nature. This is going to help you with the next element that we're going to talk about, that is air. So now let's talk about air. Air is very important because it has to do with your thoughts. It has to do with your connection to the divine as well, and it has to do with your intuition and your creations. It has to do with your ideals, it has to do with your illusions, with your fantasy, and how you're using your imagination. So air is very important to be used in a good way because we are disconnected from our body. So the way to bring our mind and integrate it to our body and our soul, that is our heart, that is our emotional experience, is by breathing. Of course, it's air. So what you have to do is bring back your soul inside your body. You do like you staple everything together. You have to staple body, mind, and soul. So you don't stay in your mind, you bring everything together when you staple it. So Buddhists call this prana. You bring in your prana, which is your soul. So you bring back to your body your wholeness, your energy. And just by breathing, there are different exercises for breathing. It's going to help you to clarify your mind, okay? Because you're going to be in yourself. And you're going to learn to be in the present moment. What meditation is for, in fact, it's a process where you learn how to bring your prana in through the breath so you can be calm in the present moment and not in the mind, but in your wholeness with the whole experience that you're having. So learning to use air is not alternative, it's necessary and very important for us. So let's go to the third element. Now, let's talk about water. Water is probably my favorite because water has to do with our emotions. It has to do with our emotional state, with our sensitivity, with our capability to be vulnerable and to be in a state that is in a soft vibration. So it has to do with the waves. So imagine and feel it. Just feel how you connect through water with your emotional state. So you are water. This is related to your feminine side. It's usually considered the left side of our bodies are feminine. So we all, men, women, we have a feminine side and we need to know how to use it, okay? To be able to understand what our emotions are and not only be vulnerable, but feel the joy in our wholeness, so you can really enjoy life by feeling with a heart open. The whole experience is the whole body connection through each one of the emotions that you're having. Suffering usually comes from a resistance to feel deep emotions. We are very sensitive and we are resistant to feel how emotional we truly are. But the good aspect of being emotional is that you're able to open your heart and you purify yourself. You get clear as a prism. You become transparent. And this is good for you because you're going to feel light, right? You're going to be lighter. So this is why grieving is important and enjoying life is important. You need to be able to feel all the frequencies of emotions. It's going to be another video when we're going to talk exactly and specifically about the emotional states. And now let's talk about fire. We have already talked about fire in our vitality because fire has to do with lifting up all the energy that we have inside. Boom, this is the power that you have, the fuel that you have, the potential that you have, the strength that you are. We are power, we are strength. But that power is inside. It doesn't have to do with the outside immediately. It's more inside than outside. We're looking for a mirror to project us that we are beautiful, that we are nice, that we are able to achieve whatever goals we have. But the real fire is not outside, it's inside. Once you learn to enlighten this fire, that we do it through the different methods that I told you in Vitality video, then you're going to be able to connect it from your sacral chakra, that is where you turn up the fire, you enlighten it here, and you bring it up to your heart. Once your heart is open, what is going to come out of you, you're going to love it. You are going to enjoy life in its tops, in its highest. So these are the 4 elements. We need to use these 4 elements to feel better with ourselves. Is the way in, is the way out. The way in is used in our nature to free our minds. For what? To connect to our ether. That is our soul. That is the 5th element. What you want to do is take out everything that is shadow, everything that is bothering you, the suffering, what doesn't make you connect to your wholeness, to yourself, and live an enjoyable and beautiful, peaceful life. And this comes from the heart, which is where your soul is. So, we open our hearts and we have a beautiful life. And this is how you do 50% of the process that you need to do. I hope you like this video. Please give us a like and follow us for the next videos that we're going to be doing.